Hey everyone, welcome back to another penny stock video, and this time we're going to be covering a new stock on my radar that is a very exciting recently completed merger here, and that ticker is CNER, and we're going to go over all the due diligence here that I have so far and talk about why this stock is up 20% today, why it's starting to get some momentum, why it's starting to get some buyers, and why people are excited about it, right? So let's just jump right in. So what happened is this was, I know it says China New Energy Group Co. here, but that's actually not the company anymore. This was an empty shell for quite a while. And then back in March, they actually finalized this merger with Thrive Precision Health Inc., as it says in the business description. So there is a name and ticker change in process, but that obviously hasn't been applied yet. But eventually there's going to be a name change here and a ticker change to represent the new company that's come in, which is this Thrive Precision Health Inc., right? So successful merger, it's been completed, it was a few months ago. Why is it just now picking up traction? Well, that's because they've actually started communicating now. So previously people were kind of left in the dark, wasn't a lot of details. Now those details are starting to come out, and people are seeing the real potential here with this merger, which looks like an excellent merger. So we just covered BLFR in the last video, which was another merger play that did really, really well. It actually went from under a penny to today it hit 25 cents. So it's safe to say that these merger plays are performing quite well as long as the merger is of high quality. And in this case, we do have a very high quality merger here. So let's take a look at some of the due diligence. First and foremost, what I want to show you is that they've made a new Twitter account this month. You can see it was created October 2023. Here it is, Thrive Precision Health, right? And so this is important because it's very valuable to us as traders and investors that we look for active communication from companies. And when there's not a Twitter account for a company, it feels like we're being left in the dark a little bit, and it feels like we have no timeline of when news is coming. Well, the fact that they created this Twitter on October this month, right? They created the Twitter this month, and they've actually put out a few tweets already, including one today. That tells us that they're ready to start talking, and that there's most likely going to be some announcements coming here very soon because they've established this network of communication here. So go follow them. It's at Precision T67828, and that is their Twitter handle. So go follow them on Twitter because I'm expecting to see some updates here in the near future. Today they did tweet, and it was about diabetes and the deaths that it causes, and talks about early detection is vital. We're going to get into how that connects into Thrive Precision Health in just a moment. So let's look at the news. They've come out recently here in March. This was the first significant piece of news to me, and that is when they raised $200,000 in private financing. Because these medical device companies, right, they need money to operate. And so a lot of times you would think that means dilution. But in this case, these guys have done a really good job of doing private placement financing that isn't really dilutive to shareholders. So this is the first instance in when they raised 200 grand here. But then if we look at the next press release, which just came out yesterday on October 23rd, you can see they raised another over 700 grand in private financing here. So they're getting really good funding, almost $1 million in funding, non-dilutive private financing here over the past couple of months, which tells us, first of all, they have money for operations, and second of all, they are not diluting with convertible notes and things like that. So that's always great to see. And then we also have here from this press release on October 5th that the company has completed its name change. So this should be applied very soon to the OTC Markets page, and I would expect to see a ticker change happen as well in the future. So that's good to see that they're making progress on all of these variables, right? With the merger, they've done the name change, they've gotten the funding. Very good thing to see. Another thing about the funding I want to show you is not only did they recently raise $1 million with the private financing, or just under $1 million, but they also actually did here regulation crowdfunding back in 2021 as well. So they have some funding from that too. So they've done a great job with raising money for this company and not diluting the shareholders. So that's really nice to see. Now here's their website. Let's take a look at what this company actually does and why they are so exciting to be a part of the OTC, right? Because we've talked about before, we don't get a lot of high quality mergers in the OTC, right? You get a lot of scams, really, and you get a lot of junk. So when you get a good merger in the OTC, it's an opportunity that has to be taken advantage of. It can present a lot of value, a lot of upside. And in this case, what we have here is looking like an excellent merger. Here is their website, right? You can see that it's all about surface, air, and water detection, right? Early detection of viruses, virus prevention, etc., etc. But they have some more interesting stuff as we scroll down. You can see they have, first and foremost, a saliva activator, which works for early detection in both humans and animals. They have real-time results with their other product, Lab on the Go, equipped with real-time location detection, can identify the presence of bacteria, molds, spores, and chemicals on surfaces by simply directing the reader towards the targeted areas. And then they have this H2B device as well, which I think is probably the most exciting part of all of this, because if we take a look at their H2B device, photonics for bacteria detection, you can see that H2B is a non-contact optical sensor for a point of detection of microbial contamination on various solid surfaces in security, safety, medical, and industrial applications, including the food industry, where the surfaces are exposed to natural, accidental, or intentional contamination. It serves as a selective point inspection tool for biocleanness control and assessment of the decontamination efficiency, which is commonly quoted as how clean is clean enough. But here's the real juicy part, right? This is military-proven technology used for biowarfare in the EU and the USA, and it's computational artificial intelligence and supercomputers to develop and synthesize the cellular receptors for direct detection. Now, it gets even better because all of these devices that they have are patent pending. They're using AI and quantum technologies behind these devices as well. And like we can see right here that these are also military-grade devices. So when we have patent-pending military-grade devices, what does that tell us? It tells us that there's a good chance of future military contracts, which would be absolutely massive for an OTC company. Anytime an OTC or a small cap or anything gets big military contracts, it goes absolutely crazy. The stock price goes ripping hot, super high. Very good for shareholders, right? So that's a big thing to look forward to, and it's a big selling point of this merger and the quality of this merger coming into this ticker, right? So next we're going to look at the team here for Thrive Biosafety, and you'll see they have a very impressive executive team. They have Michael Pfeffer, president and founder. Apologize if I said that name wrong. But you can see his over 25 years experience as an entrepreneur, CEO, angel investor, and venture capitalist. More than half a dozen successful exits, ranging from 1x to more than 300x returns. So on some of his ventures here, he has actually gotten his investors over 300x returns, which is massive returns for investors and a very good sign for this company, for us, right? Especially if we're the investors. I'll take 300x returns. Sounds great to me. And then we have Guy Zajanc, CEO and founder. Again, apologize if I said the name wrong, but 40 years of experience as a business lawyer and entrepreneur, counseling numerous startups, early stage private and public companies. Okay, so we have a very experienced team here when it comes to building these startups and getting significant return on investment with these startups. We also have a really nice science and advisory team here. Guy Bartholomew, advisor, built 12 tech companies, 5 IPOs, created $1.5 billion in market cap through public companies that he's been involved with. So that's really, really impressive right there. I'd say this guy is a very crucial part of the team based on that resume, right? To have been part of 5 IPOs that created over $1.5 billion in market cap. We're in very good hands here with CNER. And then we have Yaki Var. Again, not sure if I pronounced the name right here, but we have Secretary General, Estonian Academy of Sciences, professor of and 270 scientific papers published, as well as 1 patent in computational biochemistry. Very smart guy right here. Always nice to see that he has a patent under his belt as well. But to have, an Estonian Academy of Sciences professor on the team speaks volumes, I think, for the legitimacy of these products. And then we have Sergey Babancheko, PhD and Chief R&D Officer, expertise in laser and spectroscopy technologies and photonics, 2 medical devices commercialized, 120 scientific papers, and 12 patents in photonics here. So, Extremely impressive team here for an OTC company, especially. This really, to me, looks like a NASDAQ team, and that tells me that they probably are going to set their sights high and want to take CNR to NASDAQ at some point. So, yeah, very impressive team here, mixed with very impressive technologies, mixed with the fact that they already have gotten this non-dilutive funding under their belts. Let's take a look at the chart real quick. You can see that volume has started coming in recently. The chart is starting to build here, and I think we could see a really nice move from here because you can see today we had a full body candle close above this 50 MA, right? So that is a big deal for the chart. It's very bullish when a stock can get over that 50 MA and close above it. That would imply significant bullish upside from here, as well as a very nice candle pattern here. So we talked about as well right earlier with the Twitter account and with the recent press releases. That's why you're seeing this volume start to come in now, because people are excited and looking forward to hearing more from the company via Twitter and via additional press releases, since it seems like they're ready to reveal a lot more details about this merger now. So I'm very much looking forward to that. And then we're just going to summarize everything here with a great tweet from @ChaseMacTrades, a good friend of mine. If you don't follow him, go give him a follow. That's @ChaseMacTrades on Twitter. I'm not calling it X, right? So here we have a nice summary of what we've gone over. We have the website, Thrive Biosafety, and then we have patent pending tech and portable. We have military proven technology used for biowarfare in EU and USA, rapid application development, and quantum proof tech. And then he goes on to say that this is just one subsidiary, because there's another subsidiary here, folks, which we're waiting to hear a lot more information on. And I think that could be the final piece of the puzzle to get a really big run on this stock, because the other subsidiary is going to be focusing on diabetes and prevention and treatment of diabetes, which is a huge market, especially in the United States. And how do we know this? Because if you take a look at their Twitter, you can see they keep talking about this diabetes, right? You can see they keep talking about diabetes and prevention of diabetes specifically, as well as early detection. So we know that there's another subsidiary coming here as well from the press releases of earlier. But yeah, that's what we have to look forward to here, is that there's going to be a second subsidiary focusing on the diabetes, early prevention and treatment. I don't know what it is yet or the details, but that's what we're looking forward to hearing more about. And like I said, that's probably the final piece of the puzzle, because the chart here is primed for a bullish run. The company started communicating the float. If we look at the float is 166 million shares. That's a very nice float. It's small, but it's still liquid, right? So you can see nice liquidity flow through a float like this, while also still being a tight share structure that can allow for a nice volatile move to the upside. So this looks great for a trade to me. I would say this is a swing trade with excellent upside potential from here, especially as we hear more about the company, because really this is just getting started. I mean, they just made the Twitter this October. As soon as we hear more information, I feel the chart will build alongside the story that they build. So definitely keep CNER on your radar, guys. This can be a really, really nice merger play for the OTC here. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.